If I had to start dropshipping in 2025 from absolutely scratch, I wouldn't touch the US market, and I wouldn't overthink niches, and I wouldn't waste time on completely outdated strategies. I'd sell fashion in Europe with AI, and I'd start printing money. Let me break it down for you step by step in the easiest way possible. Step 1. Why fashion? What about sizes? What about returns? And the refunds, SKUs? Now let me shut that down real quick. You're not building the next Zara. You're just selling 2 to 3 trending pieces. That's it. Ideally, you want to go for one size or flexible fits, accessories, bags, oversized hoodies, sets. You want to use as well at the same time existing size charts. An app I recommend for that is Kiwi Size Chart. Returns, just use the SOPs that I explained in the video right here. You set clear expectations, you have good visuals, and 90% of the problems, they are solved. And fashion, pro. It's impulse driven. You don't need any crazy VSL, you don't even need the most expensive AI tools out there. And the funny part is, you don't need to sell someone on a fashion item. They just see it and they want it. Now step 2, why EU market? Everyone runs to the US when they start. Big mistake. US CPMs are cooked, consumers are skeptical, and there's too much noise out there. Instead, I go somewhere where most people don't know where the real money is. In EU, Europe. And for those who don't know me yet, my name is Fark Ilkan, 28 years old. I've made over $30 million in revenue with e-com, from which 80% I made in the European market. The real people who know me out there, they know I'm the European fashion dropshipping final boss. But now, let's talk about my top pick, because you have all these EU markets out there. You have Netherlands, you have Poland, you have Denmark, Sweden, Norway, etc., you name it. Now, you don't want to go to a country where you have the payment method Klarna. You don't want to have that, because Klarna is a payment method where the consumer buys now and will pay later. Same as any other buy now but pay later option that you have as well in any of the big 5 for US markets. Those financing. You don't want to go there because you will attract insanely poor and bad customers. So I like to sell in the Netherlands. That is my top pick. Why? It's because there's over 16 to 17 million people there. The GDP is high. And I can tell you from experience, I come from the Netherlands. I've sold in any country you can think of. Big 5, US, South America, North America, Asia, anywhere. But in specific as well for beginners also, my top pick still till this day, and I'm recording this in July 2025, is Netherlands. First of all, also, the European currency is very strong right now, which didn't affect anybody in the Dutch market at all. The second reason, you have these local payment methods, Ideal and Bankcontact. And Bankcontact, by the way, is for Belgium. So when you start selling in EU and you want to target the Dutch people, you want to target Netherlands and Belgium, it is amazing because the customer cannot just randomly do a dispute like they can if they would pay with the credit card option or with Klarna. Because what you will see as well is that a lot of consumers nowadays, they are aware that you are a dropshipper. So they will on purpose, they will use Klarna, let's say, if you have that payment method unlocked in your store. So they will buy it. They won't even pay for the product. But before the product even arrives to them, they will file for a dispute with Klarna. And because Klarna is so consumer driven and they have more interest in helping the consumer than actually the merchant, aka you and me, that you're gonna in the end lose the money and you're gonna pay a dispute fee of 15 euros when you lose the dispute. So you gotta put yourself in a stronger position. That's what business is about. And the reason why EU works so good is because imagine a Dutch guy. His name is Bart. He is the average dropshipping audience. He is 45 years old. It's Friday night, 8 p.m. He's scrolling on his phone and he sees all these ads about AirPods because he's interested in buying AirPods. So like on Facebook, he will just show all bunch of ads from different competitors about merchants selling AirPods. So he will see an ad from an American store selling AirPods. The currency is in dollars. The whole product page, the whole ad at first is in English. The website is with a .com or .co, which is as well for US or let's say Big 5 English. The whole product page and the whole website is fully as well in English. He's like, yeah, whatever. And then after 5 minutes of scrolling, he sees the exact same product, let's say. He sees that the whole ad is in Dutch language, .nl domain, euros in currency, and there's also the local payment methods, Ideal and Bankcontact, are on the store. which store do you think Bart is gonna buy that AirPod? Obviously, right? So this is why it works so good. And especially for beginners. I mean, we make a lot of money in the Big Five and the US market. But overall, we made the most money in our life, of course, in EU. And we sell in both markets. But especially for people who are starting out with dropshipping, this is the easiest way to start with dropshipping and make your first 100K to even $1 million in revenue. And I would say this is like selling in the US market, but then back in 2017. Next thing that you should do, especially as a beginner, use the $1 store Shopify link in the bio in here. Yes guys, that is my affiliate link. When you click on it and you open your first store through the link, yes, of course, I will get a commission as well from Shopify. But what else do you want? You want to go to the direct Shopify and pay $30 a month? No, click on the link and only pay $1 a month for the next 3 months to start. Save money as much as you can. And for the Shopify team, what I would recommend to you is to use either the Impulse team or Dawn team, just to start with. Those are amazing Shopify teams you can start with, and they will give you a very high conversion rate. Skip all the fluff, skip all the 20 app installs and whatever it may all be. Just start. Make your store clean, make it mobile optimized, and just start. Back in 2019, in the summer, I made my first Shopify store, so which is longer than 6 years ago. I would watch like hundreds of YouTube videos and I would think, oh wait, I need to make my website perfect, etc. Until I realized, what am I waiting for? The stuff that I'm working on, it's never gonna be perfect. Actually, even till this day, while me recording, me running my businesses, having over 50 employees, like a lot of stuff isn't perfect. I make a bunch of mistakes, but I still improve every single day and I keep moving to the next level because I just don't wait. I just take action. The only way to make progress is to get your frequency up. And the only way to get your frequency up is to take action. I don't even think about a lot of stuff, to be honest, in life. I'm not the most smartest person. I just know what is important and I work hard every single day in order to get it. So next thing, product research. So I'm on here on this app called Dropship.io. I mean, I love this app to find winning products. And to make it very simple for you, what I would recommend you to do is you go to the filters in here, right? And what you want to do is click on clothing, shoes, and accessories. And what you can do is find the winning products in the US, but it's also very possible to find them in other EU markets. So let's, for example, click on a few countries that I like to find the winning products in. Austria. So obviously, I'm not going to look for products in Netherlands and Belgium market because people are already selling there. I want to find in other markets. Let's say Germany, Denmark, there's some nice products there. Let's say Spain, Finland, Ireland, also nice markets. So you want to go for the last seen date, guys. What you want to do. So right now is the 21st of July, and I want to look in here in the last 3 to 4 days. So I don't want to find products just that have just started selling. I don't want to find products that have already been scaled. I want to look for the sweet spot, which is in the last 3 or 4 days. So let's click on here. Boom, this is fine. In 5 days, also fine. Add status. Of course, you want to always click on active. You only want to find people that are selling right now. So search and boom, you're going to see a bunch of fashion products in those particular countries now. And now what you want to do, guys, you want to open an Excel sheet. And then in this Excel sheet, you are literally going to put in 5 to 10 competitors every single day that you find. You're going to analyze them. So let's scroll down. I'm gonna click on one competitor. Okay, this is somebody who's selling where? All right, so we found a competitor already, guys. jollyshop.com. Let's go here to the Facebook ads library of them because I want to see how many ads they're running and how good they're doing right now. So let me click on active ads, apply one filter, boom. 180 running ads by this person. So now we're going to see a bunch of products in here. So as it's the 21st of July, I'm going to find for something that's been running in the last couple days, let's say, or like started running in the last couple days. 18th of July, nice jacket. Look, simple ad. I will just take this one, copy paste it, translate it, and run it up in the Dutch market. If one of the audiences that you sell to even sees this right now on their phone while scrolling, they'd even think like, hey, this is just somebody showing a random product, and before they know it, they bought it. That's how simple it goes. And this is also a particular niche I like to find and sell as well kind of products, which is bags, right? These bags. We've sold a bunch of bags. Normal bags, leather bags, whatever it may be. It sells amazing. And the nice thing also about it is you have way less returns because it's just a one size. And now guys, I want to talk about several EU markets and which ones I like and which ones I don't like. So I have a map over here. I'm sorry if it's in Dutch, but you see all types of EU markets, right? Well, I told you guys before, I like to sell in the Dutch market because the audience has money. I do a bankcontact. Once you scale a product, let's say to high levels, you can have a nice profit margin because you don't have any crazy amount of returns and refunds and just less headache in general. And guys, we don't sell in Norway, Sweden or Finland because those are countries where people 95% of the time they pay with Klarna. And Klarna is the worst payment method ever. I haven't used Klarna now maybe in 1.5 or even almost 2 years. I can't even remember anymore last time I used Klarna. And for the exact reason I just told you guys already about. So I don't sell in the Scandinavian countries. Denmark you can sell though. Denmark's credit card and PayPal payment method only. That's very nice. Germany is a very nice market to sell in, of course, but not as a beginner. Because in Germany, 95 or it's even like 99% of the people, they use PayPal. And as a beginner, when you open your new PayPal account and you start selling, you will experience a bunch of holes. Because Stripe and Shopify payments, they have credit card, they have these local payment methods for EU as well. But when you just start using PayPal, you will have a big reserve and you will only get paid out after 21 days. So imagine you have only, let's say, $2,000 to just advertise on and you spend every single day $100 to $200. Within 10 days, you have almost no money anymore. You don't want to have a situation like that. So that is why I'm saying enter markets where it's either credit card only or with ideal bankcontact. If it's a market where you also use PayPal and credit card, both of them a lot, which is France. France is like 50% credit card, 50% is PayPal. Then yeah, you can consider doing it because with credit card payments, you still get a bunch of payouts very quickly. Spain and Portugal aren't the best markets, guys, to be honest. Quite poor countries, they don't really pay a lot there. You can try Spain credit card only, but I've never really scaled there very hard. So Italy is a nice market for credit card only. The competition is getting a little bit higher there, but it's still very good to sell there as well. And guys, most of the Eastern European countries are not worth selling to because they're all with cash on delivery. I don't recommend anybody to sell dropshipping with cash on delivery because you need a bunch of cash flow to start. You need to buy stock. Cash on delivery isn't even dropshipping at this point. And the whole reason why you want to start this business model is because the risk is so low to start. Poland is an amazing country right now. You also have the payment methods of credit card, P24 and Blik. They're also the local payment methods that you can scale very hard with, and they're very accessible as well if you also just have the payment processors, Stripe and Shopify payments. And all the other market. And you have UK as well. And I would generally as well I recommend you guys to try out UK. UK is officially not EU anymore, so I didn't want to really include it in this video, but UK is a very nice market to scale in. You will see that the highest refunds rates that you will have are gonna be in Germany and also in the UK. Why? How do I know it? Man, I made over $30 million in dropshipping in general, and 20 million of that was just only in EU. So I've already tested all these markets. I've even sold in markets like Chile. It's all a shithole to sell in, to be honest, with dropshipping. And you might now also ask to me, Faruk, what do you do in terms of product pages? Well, I do it very simple. If I would see this product page, and this one is in German, I see right now, look what this person is. They just have the SKUs, the color, the size, and this is a German store, by the way, as you can see, but I just translate it to English. You see the number you can buy, some random urgency. And this store is quite ugly, by the way. They have this that you can add. I wouldn't recommend this, guys. This is going to drop your conversion rate, and the add to cart is very ugly. Even the payment methods here look very ugly. But yeah, the person is probably scaling. This person has more than 180 ads running. Not sure how much your revenue and profit should be, but they must be doing a good job. And look how simple the product page is. I would generally just ask ChatGPT to copy paste the product page, rephrase it, and translate it to the language that you have your store in. That's it. You don't need any crazy thing. I mean, what I What you can also do is, of course, tell ChatGPT to put the whole product page in AIDA formula: attention, interest, desire, action. But I mean, with fashion, they don't really care. They just want to see the size chart. They want to know what the material is of the product. That's pretty much it. You don't need a crazy sales pitch. A fashion product is not a problem-solving product. So there's no crazy science behind it needed. Same for the creators, guys, which I will talk as well about in a bit. So in terms of sourcing your product, that's what you would also now think about. Yeah, but there's so many suppliers out there. How do I source the product? Why do I need to arrange for it? Well, the best solution for that, to be honest, guys, is you have to work with a supplier from China, an agent, let's just say as well. Even better, a 3PL, which is experienced with shipping to the EU and also at the same time for fashion. So I recommend you guys AstroShip. So AstroShip, actually, guys, I'm also involved in here, and that's also obviously one of the reasons I'm making as well this YouTube video. And yes, guys, I'm involved in AstroShip, and it's also one of the reasons why I'm showing this YouTube video, because the more people will take orders from AstroShip, which can be you as well, of course, the more volume the whole company is going to do, and the cheaper they can buy in the products from the manufacturers. So basically, you don't have to worry about anything at all when you work with AstroShip. Basically, what you do, you go to the link in the description and you see a Discord. You click on the link and you click on work with us once you enter the Discord, and you send them your AliExpress links of the products that you want to sell, and they will give you the prices. You connect AstroShip as well, the agents, to your store, and every single order that comes in, they will send you an invoice, you pay it, and they will ship the order directly to the customer. That's it. Nothing more you have to do. You just make orders, you pay the invoice to the supplier, and they handle everything. Don't look at any other option, guys. Like, I've tried already all of them. You know, I'm beta testing this shit. I have the scars for it. Just check out AstroShip. And now, next part. How do we sell the products? How do we do the advertising? You can advertise your products in many ways. You can do organic. You can do it through TikTok. You can do it through Google. Or you can do it through the OG method, Facebook ads. And you guys have probably already tried dropshipping in the past, and you failed if you're watching this probably. And you might say, oh, but I was expecting something different, something crazy. But the reason why we're doing meta ads is because so many people switch to all these untapped advertising channels. We stick to it, and then we saw our CPMs going lower. If you have a proven strategy, which works also definitely for this market, then you're good to go. So let me show you around in this ad account, for example. So guys, this is one of my Facebook ad accounts, and I've spent $960K on this ad account. And you can see all the spend in here over I'd say over a year, even something like that. This is just one of my ad accounts. I have like 40, 50 ad accounts at this point. I don't even know. I've had a lot in my life. And guys, this is like no magic, to be honest, with Facebook. And I'm gonna tell you as well why it's so easy. How we do it literally, guys. Okay, this video has no copyright, nothing. You can just take this video, change the sound and background music, and run it up yourself on your own store. But ideally, guys, you always want to find as well creatives that are image ads. Those work amazing for us. Why? Because it's so simple. Even this is supposed to be video, right? You can even take this as an image and run it up. What we ideally do is we look at the competitor in the ads library. We see they have an image ad. Let's say it's a sandal. We change the background with Canva AI. I'm not even gonna show that in this video because of how simple it is. With Canva AI, we change the background of the image. So let's say you sell sandals. It has a random white background, just like this, for example. And we change it to, let's say, the beach. You know, so if you're selling footwear, let's say some hiking shoes, you just change the background to some mountains, and we run it up. And then you might think, okay, Farid, but this sounds so simple, you know, like this doesn't make any sense. I know, it doesn't make any sense. This is the whole point I'm trying to make. This is why this is the easiest way of doing dropshipping in 2025, hence the title. And I mean, that is how we did it. And then we just open a Facebook campaign for every single product. We only have one Facebook campaign. And yeah, we just have 4 ad sets, which is engage shoppers, no interest targeting, online shopping, and a stack of the 6 to 7 best interests related to a product. Now, you can also just have one ad set targeting no interest targeting There's not a big difference anymore, guys. It really doesn't matter. Facebook doesn't really care anymore about interest. They just want to see that you push nice creatives out that your audience will like and buy. That's it. And that's how simple it is. It's not that crazy, really. You were probably expecting me to give you a 20-minute lecture on doing creatives and that type of stuff. I don't have it. Honestly, guys, really, I don't have it. I just use ChatGPT in terms of AI to change to rephrase the product description and translate the product page as soon as possible. And then at the same time, we just use Canva AI to change the background. That's pretty much it. And then you just test 5 to 10 products a day. That is literally how you can hit your first 100k a month of revenue in EU markets, even higher. So guys, just let Meta do its thing. Don't overcomplicate it. So we always just test with $52.77 for AdSense SEO again. And then what do? If we start a campaign and we see that, hey, we're hitting a 30% profit margin within the first 48 hours of running this campaign, then we just double the budget for the next day. Next 48 hours, again, 30% profit margin on the campaign. Okay, double the budget again. That's how easy it is. If we see a profit margin of, let's say, around 20% of the campaign in the first 48 hours, then we just jump up the budget every 48 hours. We don't do any duplicating of the campaigns. We only do vertical scaling in the campaign. That's it. What if your campaign is unprofitable, right? That's what you're gonna have 99% of the time, obviously. I mean, look guys, what is the most important metrics to look at is your budget, your amount spent, your link clicks, and your ROAS, which is right here. I mean, I have the CPC, CPR, CPM here, but I don't really look at it so much. Honestly, really, we don't. So we notice, for example, in the campaign here, we spent $5.7 on this campaign, 2 clicks, no add to cart, no purchases, ROAS nothing. We killed the campaign immediately. This is not a method that you need to use $500 or thousands of dollars and burn it to validate a product. This is fast fashion in EU markets. That's exactly what we're doing here. Here, $6 spent, boom, we killed it in our ads manager. $6.2 spent, only 4 clicks, boom, we killed it. And we did it a bunch of times. And look, I am not some raw talent or something. I'm no genius, but we just figured out a strategy that works after testing so much. Like, look how many campaigns we have killed here. $9 spent, two clicks down. See it? It's a very consistent strategy. And as long as you keep going on with this very consistent strategy, that's when you're going to see results, right? So look how many. It still keeps on going. This one had 4 add to cart, $13 spent, we killed it. So that is why at some point, if you keep on doing this method, this is where you'll head to. 163,000 spent with a ROAS of 2.36, which was in the beginning obviously well higher. That's what's gonna happen. Here even more, and it keeps going. It's all the proof is out there, guys. I'm not here just making a random video. This is actually what we're doing still to this day. And we even have still one campaign on running. So we spend so much money. $302.77 spent every single day still. And we have so many ad accounts still running. So that is for meta ads. It's nothing more, guys. You know, that's basically it. And now the next step, guys, when you start scaling is holding your backend in the best possible way. And for that, the most important app you will need is Chargebackio. So when you have, let's say, 100 orders a day, you get a few complaints every single day. You gotta understand that if your credit card payment processor, you gotta understand that your credit card payment processor doesn't allow you to have more than 1% or 1.5% higher in dispute rate. I remember back in 2019 and 20 when I just started with dropshipping, and everybody was just making videos on how to find winning products, how to make winning creatives, but nobody was talking about the backend, which is essentially the only part that's going to give you consistency in your life. You can find the most nice, amazing winning products, but everybody was complaining about Shopify payment holds, cash flow issues, payment process shutting them down, is not using Chargebackio. That is just the case. That is just what's going on right now. Because when you start scaling, chargebacks will follow. It is going to happen, you know? You will always have unsatisfied customers. And Chargebackio is a no-brainer because it auto-fights disputes and wins them for you. And yes, you're going to pay a fee, right? Your profit margin is going to drop 100% with a few percent probably. But what do you have rather? Do you rather make less money in the short term, but you stay consistent in the long term, which is the exact way you're going to be outscaling your competitors, which is the exact way me and my brother managed to make over $30 million in the last 6 years in dropshipping? Or you're going to be one of those guys that was popping a few years ago, but you will never see again. It's up to you. So check them out, guys. Links also in the description, chargeback.io. If I had to restart dropshipping today, like, this is exactly what I do. Sell fashion. Simple, high visual, high margin. Sell to Europe. Start with the Netherlands. Launch a store for $1 with my Shopify link. Find winning products with Dropship.io. Test fast at least 5 products a day with meta ads. And protect yourself using Chargeback.io. No fluff, no excuses, just straight execution. And common to no trenches, no glory. If you're launching as well your store this month, or you tried, you failed, and now you're gonna start again, I will reply on you and I'll drop some game. Let's get you moving.